welcome to another great podcast session. I'm Shivani Muthyala. And artificial intelligence is booming like never before these days. So, it is a futuristic technology that is undertaking most of the business operations these days. So, when we look at it in a nutshell, it has the capability to mimic human tasks without even making any kind of changes to the existing system. So, most of the companies are depending on AI solutions to boost their businesses. So let's hear more about how artificial intelligence, machine learning, and analytics are transforming across industries. In the words of Deepak Jha, who is a general manager of artificial intelligence platform NEC Corporation India. So while late, let's welcome our speaker for the day. Hi Deepak, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Shivani. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you so much. So before we proceed, could you tell us what NEC Corporation is all about?
Sure. So NEC Corporation is a 100% subsidiary of NEC Corporation Japan, and in India, primarily we are working in various sectors, especially into the government and the enterprise segment. We are operating here since last 70 years, and with a range of solutions, right, starting from sea to sky, where and when we say it is sea to sky, we have solutions which goes under sea in terms of the submarine cables, and when we say talk about solutions around the sky. So we have solutions which basically helps manage the satellite operations, etc. Right, and anything which in between, we do work on different areas and provide the solutions. Right, the solutions which we are working, building, and providing to the customer that comes with one single motto of better product, better services, and we create all these solutions, product, etc. with that motto itself, right? And we are helping different organizations, our customers, with the digital transformation solutions which we have to improvise their own ecosystem, their profitability, as well as we help society to some of these solutions help society to change. So that's the key motto. Primarily, we are operating in ITES as well as ICT areas of it. And in India, particularly, we are working as a master system integrator, providing different kinds of solutions to smart cities, safe cities, public safeties, transportation, logistic, in the areas of carrier networks, submarines. These are some of the key solutions area which we are providing, other than, the niche area where we are working and operating, especially into the logistic side of it. And then a lot of solutions area where we are working on into the DC, big data, AI, and analytics. So particularly in India, while NEC is operating since last 70 years, right, we are focusing a lot in terms of different transformations areas using our AI analytics and database solution in recent days.
Great. Happy to know about NEC's, digital transformation solutions and how is it actually transforming across industries. So, as NEC is a huge company offering so many services, what are your active contributions to the company? Could you elaborate on that, please?
So when it comes to active contribution around solutions, if it is in the reference of AI part of it, then we are working into various segment and sectors these days. Building some of the best solution using AI technologies. Right, be it the solutions around banking and financial sector or insurance sector, be it in the areas of healthcare, be it in the areas of utilities, transportation, logistics, some of the verticals which we have been working into the public sector, which is more into security, safety, transportation, and logistics. All of these verticals, or the solutions which we provide to our customer is powered by some or other AI technologies, etc. Right? There are three key philosophies which we work on as and when we work with our customers. Especially when it comes to the AI technology, it is on in the areas of reinvent, innovate, and scale. Right. Primarily, we help our customer to rethink their all the existing decision making process. Right, and we help them to enable in terms of taking the decision which is data driven. Right. We are working as NEC. We are working with a principle where we help customer leveraging the learnings from our past experience, as well as the industry expertise which we bring for different vertical. When it comes to the innovation part of it, there are a lot of solution innovation which we are doing, we are bringing a lot of additional intelligence to the areas to identify the gaps and increase the relevance of different set of processes, right? We bring the decision making, by integrating it with the VUCA day by day, right? So these are some of the areas which we add on as part of as and when we start developing the solution ecosystem, right? And innovation becomes one of the key culture as part of our solution portfolio. You will be surprised to know that out of 49,000 plus patent which NEC has, close to 10% patent is in the areas of AI, and that tells how focused we are around the AI or artificial intelligence side of it. The third and the last key aspect of any of the solution which we are working on, particularly which is driving through the AI, is how we can provide some of these AI-based solution at this scale, right? While many organizations have seen success with analytics and AIs, what we have seen is that in silos, when these solutions are working, it tend to fail at times, right? The key reasons are most of the analytics and AI implementations fails because of the reusability or the learning management part of it. And that is where NEC plays a key role. We bring the right combination of different set of standards, specificity, and we reinforce the clientele that, how this solution can help them solve the problem at a scale and bring the success to their organization. So these are the three key philosophy around the solution areas which we are working on, particularly talking about AI segment of it. Right. And when it comes to the verticals, so as I briefly highlighted earlier, we work for various different verticals, and we are expanding and growing into the other new verticals. So recently we started working in utility side, agriculture side, while we have been supporting our customer in banking, financial and insurance sector. Healthcare is another area where we have started doing a lot of work these days. So government is one of the key focus area for us. We are already working with several government customer in the areas of transformations where NEC can provide a lot of new insight and help government to scale with the innovative solutions which we can build for the customer. Another key aspect of all of these solution building is knowing what is the problem which customers are facing, and then how we can customize that solution basis on the requirement or the problem statement which customer has to make it more suitable to a particular customer. So that is how the philosophy is overall from our side to to work and build any solutions and contribute towards the success journey of our customer.
Perfect. Thanks, Deepak, for letting us know how NEC is actually helping customers in making right decisions, and happy to know about the innovations and the AI part of patents. So, as you also mentioned about the AI, could you also tell us how NEC is leveraging machine learning and analytics, as well as at the same time adding value to its client?
Sure. Yeah. So basically, as I mentioned, that there are different key solution area which we are working on. Primarily, we are when it comes to AI, there are two key technologies which under AI which we are working on, be it machine learning or your deep learning side of it, right? The way we are trying to differentiate or provide the solution, right? And when you see some of these solutions that tells you the story, we basically provide an option and opportunity to the customer to end-to-end automate their entire analytics journey without having much manual intervention in between. So be it your data preparation part of it, where we have defined algorithms which can basically do the numerical value, corrections, or some of the integral value corrections, etc. That's part of our AI offering solutions. You will have automated feature engineering part of it, where customer can get all the important features automatically generated. Obviously, customer can select how many number of minimum or maximum number of features they would like to have as part of their solution for the model deployment and development. And then when it goes to this model building phase, right, we give all the customer a set of choice where the multiple models will automatically get populated. So for example, for a particular problem statement, you will have 5 to 6 different model based on the machine learning, and custom, and which can be evaluated basis on both accuracy percentage as well as performance wise, and then you can get the select and choose whichever model is giving the best result basis on the data set which you are providing. So that gives you the flexibility in terms of reducing your overall time of deployment of any of the AI based use cases, right? You will not have to test and train your model again and again. You will know that, out of these 5-6 model, what is the performance advantage I am getting, what is the accuracy advantage I am getting. And that way, as a user, you will have quick deployment models ready, and then automatically you can move into the model deployment, training and testing part of it, and then move towards the prediction. We have built with these philosophy, we have built solutions for auto insurance, claim prediction, fraud detections, same in the case of health insurance sector of it. And in addition to that, we are also building a lot of different solutions which is applicable for e-commerce. We have recently built and developed and deployed a solution, which is NLP based search engine. It helps and optimize your overall e-commerce portal, and helps you identifying the right keywords, etc., for yours to make your search on an e-commerce portal more and more relevance. In addition to that, there are industry changing rapidly, and we are seeing some of the new problem statement which is coming to us, right? And we are witnessing a lot of change happening across the world around the technology side of it. So some of the solution which we have built is very, very unique. I could name a couple of them. One is we call it PII redaction, which is personal identifiable information redaction solution. This solution particularly is based on AIML, using some of the BERT and ER and related technology. What basically we does is that, any information which is flying across your organization, which has information related to any individuals, like your social security numbers, your for example, in the context of India, it could be your Aadhaar number, your credit card number, your PAN number, etc. And by using and leveraging these information, somebody can be identified. Our AIML module can automatically detect and redact this information, so that you can even communicate within the banking or financial segment anonymously. Similarly, the other new problem statement as an organization which we are working, which we have already developed, and some of the POCs are currently going on, is in the areas of synthetic identity fraud. So what it does, what this solution does actually, is that basically identified if anyone has created a synthetic identity of any other person, and using that synthetic identity, they are doing some of the fraudulent activity, right? This is a kind of problem statement which is nowadays, some of the US customers are already facing, organizations in US is facing. While in India, we have not heard and we have not seen much about these such solution requirement. You might have seen, these days, people creating a fake identity on Facebook and all, right, of someone, and reaching out to all the connection of that particular person, asking for some money, or misusing his profile's credentials and doing some fraudulent activities and transactions. These solutions are built to solve those problem statement. Again, the advantage with all of these solutions which we talked about, we have built this solution which runs on multiple different platforms. This is cloud agnostic. It can run on your multiple different CPU combination, which is your x86 CPUs, your GPUs, as well as NEC's proprietary solution called Vector Engine. Now, why we have built it on all these solutions is so that as and when there's a need from the customer in terms of both accuracy and performance and their preferred platform, we should be we should be in a position to deploy that basis on what customer is looking for, the kind of performance customer is looking for, right? So that's how we are trying to bring more and more AI/ML capabilities, combine that with some of the acceleration part of it, which either we bring as an organization, or we leverage some of these available accelerator in the market, and then gives what is best for the customer, both in terms of performance, accuracy, and make customer relevant with the results.
Happy to know about how NEC is leveraging tech trends, such as whether it be artificial intelligence or machine learning, or even for that matter, analytics. So I'm happy to also know about how NEC is actually inventing customer driven products too. So as we are talking about innovation, so innovation is the soul of company, right? So it is what keeps the company going. So what do you think drives innovation when it comes to NEC?
Okay, so basically, when it comes to innovation part of it, and and that is one area where, as an organization, we are focusing a lot. Uh, we are internally running a lot of campaign, I would say, where we encourage employees to come up with some of the innovative ideas for the problem solving, which may be internal to us, but then how some of these problems or areas can also help from our customer perspective. So that is one way of looking into it internally. At the same time, whenever we are talking to our customer, whenever we are talking to our prospective customer, we always keep in mind that how and what kind of innovative and differential solution which we can provide, which is more and more relevant to the customer and their problem statement, right? And that's where, some of the areas which I have mentioned as part of the previous question. We thought of coming up with the unique value proposition. We thought of coming up with some of the innovative part of it, where as the solution itself, you will have innovative way of correcting your data. You will have innovative way of coming up with the automatic feature selection part of it. We don't have to go as a user. We don't have to identify what are the relevant features, which gives the more appropriate model result for a particular problem statement. Then the other pieces of it, which you will see in any of the AI based solution which we are developing, is to ensure that we test and train the models, the solution, the problem statement with every possible model, be it, let's say, logistic regression, linear regression part of it, and give a innovative thought process of the customer that this particular problem statement is tested on these 6, 7, or 8 different models, right? So they don't have to use their team or resources to retrain and revalidate all of those things, right? And it gets trained and it gets deployed. So basically, that gives a lot of comfort to the customer. They understand the kind of accuracy and performance which we will be delivering that cannot be matched, maybe, right? Or if somebody would like to match, they need a lot of time and effort to invest to train that models and again build it. So some of these are the key or important aspect which we considered from the beginning when we start engaging and interacting with the customer. And the idea is that how we can make these solutions little different, which gives more value to the customer. And and then and while we are working with the customer also, one of the thing which we are also doing as part of the any solution development part is that how we can co-create some of the solution part. Recently we have started working with one of the customer, right? This may looks very, very different, but we are working with customer. We have offered a customer a way of offering the mobile insurance basis on your users pattern, right? So the way what we are doing is that we are identifying each and every way of possible use of your mobile, where we can collect the data, the way you are keeping the mobile, the way you are throwing the mobile, the way you are charging your mobile, all these different angles we study from your mobile. We collect the data for all of these different parameters, and then we are building a solution which can help some of the insurance company who is offering the insurance for the mobile users, right? They can give the insurance premium accordingly. So in a nutshell, our thought process start from an innovative mindset from the solution portfolio the day we start engaging and thinking about a particular business problem, and then it goes throughout building and developing that problem statement. Typically, for any AI based use case or the problem statement which we solve, typically it takes 3 to 4 month duration, right? And throughout this duration, we revisit some of the areas. We think from different angle. We think from customer perspective. We put ourselves in customer shoes and also check what best we can do to deliver these solutions and bring some of the key aspects which is more important for the customer.
Very interesting to know how NEC Corporation is actually innovating products, keeping in mind the customers as well as ensuring and training models beforehand itself. So, as we also spoke about earlier about the artificial intelligence, how do you think disruptive technologies such as this are impacting today's innovation?
So, if you see any organization these days, right, especially countries like India, right, it is into a huge growth path, right, and there are various initiatives which is happening across government level. There are huge initiatives where you will see some of the large organization or enterprise sector is uh, going towards, and bringing the kind of solutions, etc., which is needed for the market, and they are basically transforming their on industry. We have seen a change in wave after Geo entering into the telecom sector, and everything has been changed. As today, we are India is one of the largest consumer of data, mobile data, I would say, and then one of the cost-effective plan we have across any country in the world for data utilization. Now, with these change in the trend, what has started happening is that every organization has started generating lots and lots of data, right? Especially before COVID and after COVID era, if you see, post COVID era, there is a huge surge in the data being generated by the organization, and that's where AI has started playing more and more crucial and critical role for any organization at this point of time, be it a small or the large organization. And that's where you will see, we all are witnessing that there is a huge demand and requirement coming in every aspect, on the business transformation, the organizational transformation, and then the IT system transformations, where organizations are adopting more and more AI based technologies areas. Initially it has been, especially in the countries like India, banking and financial sector was one of the early adopters of some of the solutions, and some of the organizations have started seeing the benefits of some of the AI based solution, be it in terms of giving certain product recommendations, right? Like, for example, you are using a saving bank account of one bank, how a bank can bring more and more revenue from you by offering, let's say, a credit card, or maybe a personal loan, or maybe a home loan kind of solution, right? All of these are basically possible by combining the AI solutions, understand customer better, create a better customer profile by combining their demographic information, their users pattern, their buying behavior, their spending behavior, their earning behaviors, etc. The places they are visiting, the places they are where they are doing more and more spends. All these informations organization has started being capturing, especially in the banking sector, and accordingly they started coming up with the specialized marketing campaign where to attract the specific segment of the customer for a particular offerings. Same thing we have started seeing in the telecom sector. That is another example where telco is another area where every user are generating a lot of information and data. Now, it also helps some of these telco players and organization basis on the data which as an individual consumer we or anyone is generating, that how we can offer additional services. You might have seen some of the offerings which is coming these days, where telco operators has started combining their GSM services along with the broadband services, or the Dish TV and other services, Dish services, etc. Right? Creating a combined and packaged solutions, which becomes more and more cost effective for consumer as well as even for organization, where you are managing one customer with multiple services. So you have multiple touch point for the customer for the within a house, right? So a combined package solutions has started coming into the market, right? Countries like US, etc. While this is still not popular in India, but in countries like US and some of the other regions, you will see solutions which is many of the promotions and offerings are driven through the AI solutions, right? For example, your insurance premiums, etc. It is all driven through your AI-based solutions, basis on your behaviors, basis on your driver profilings, basis on your driving histories, etc. A premium of your car insurance is decided. We are expecting that some of these things will start gaining more and more traction in India soon, right? While banking, financial services, they already are doing a lot of work. The another part of it, while I talked about some of the enterprise segment where AI is helping a lot of different ways and through different initiatives, government of India is doing a lot of work in these areas. Be it, you might have seen the last finance minister's speech around budget, the kind of investment they are making into digitalization across, vertical, especially, the healthcare, the agriculture sector. These are the sectors where we have a lot of potential, a lot of data, and untouched earlier. So there are a lot of initiative which is taken at different level within the country. Government of India is pushing a lot. We are seeing a lot of, and we are seeing and witnessing a lot of transformational project which is coming in. We are participating in that. You might have seen recent news where entire country is going and to be, digitalized on every segment of the business which we are talking about. And one of the example I can talk about is the way smart metering infrastructure and the project related to that is being deployed. In Ministry of Power has recently declared that by 2025 they are expecting that 10 crore of the Indian house will have smart meter deployed. And the purpose of doing that is that to collect the data from all of these individual houses, all these individual smart meter, right, and understand the uses pattern of the consumers, right, and then accordingly work on demand generation side, and then demand forecasting side of it, and then also on the supply side of it. And that way you would be even able to optimize a lot of other things in terms of how much electricity you need to produce, how much needs to be consumed for a particular region, state, or city, as well as if we go onto the granular level, even onto the society level or the individual house level, right, what kind of equipment is being installed. All of these things are going to be managed, maintained by data, powered by AI, and that is how we are seeing the transformation coming across different sectors. I think you would be seeing a lot of similar initiative being done in the sector of agriculture, healthcare in coming days in India.
Very rightly said and explained about how AI has, gradually started to play a great role in all aspects, whether it be agriculture or infrastructure, and especially in the post-pandemic setting. So we would also like to know how, NEC has emerged as a leader over years. So could you elaborate on that front, please?
Sure. So, if I'm starting with typically, I'm going to share some of the insight where we have started, right? And especially as NEC Corporation India, we have started our big data and AI practice in 2015, with a very small team, and then in 2017 we have launched Center of Excellence in India for analytics practice. The overall idea was that how we can start helping and contributing not only India but some of the other countries by our know-how, skill set, and the capabilities which we have in the domain of big data, AI, analytics part of it. Right? You may know that NEC has multiple different R&D labs. One 7 across the globe, and one of them we have in India, which has been launched a couple of years ago only. Right. The purpose of that lab also, and some of the solution area which we are working through that lab, is to bring or solve the problem which is related to the society and how we can solve some of the societal problems. Right. Recently, you might have seen a submarine project which we have delivered. We have connected Chennai with Andaman Nicobar Island with more than 26 terabytes of connectivity project. Similarly, the areas where we are working on, other areas we are working on, one could be our logistic data bank project, where we are managing, the entire country's port and container ecosystem, all the import and export containers across the country. And we are helping in terms of, doing a lot of different types of analytics, including what we call it, the route optimizations, etc. We are providing a lot of different types of third-party services to avoid payment delays, reduce damages. That is another solution area which, as an NEC, we are providing to the government and the logistics sector in country. Similarly, the other solution areas like be it in the areas of safe cities or the smart city project or the transportation project. all of these areas, the solution which we are deploying and delivering to the customer, we are keeping that mind that how these solutions can change the life, and how most of the solutions are combined with our different technologies, which is powered by AI, be it in terms of the video analytics side of it, be it in terms of the integrated command and control, where we manage and monitor different types of infrastructure and take some of the decision basis on the AI part of it. So as an organization, we are contributing a lot into the societal problem in India. We are running a lot of different healthcare initiative. Recently, with the partnership with Bihar government, we have started working on the healthcare side of it, where we have we are running a lot of different analytics by combining the data coming from individual villagers, right, and identifying the pattern and helping them to helping government to understand what kind of diseases, etc., or what kind of medicines or what kind of diet we can propose to some of the individual citizen in a village level or taluka level, with the help of some of the ASA worker. Same thing, as I mentioned, the solutions which we are developing into banking, financial, insurance sector, or e-commerce sectors are helping in one or another ways to our customers, transforming what they are being today versus what they are thinking in next 4 to 5 years. We are very focused. We have thought process around how we can make India go big, right, and how we can deliver making India to making India and go global part of it. Overall, if you see as an entity, we are currently 6,000 people in India, which is and we are intending to grow this team base to 14,000 in next 3 to 4 years. And that is only because the kind of requirement, the kind of solutions which we are working on, we are seeing a lot of demand coming on that, and we are contributing more and more customer with some of these solutions to India. And the idea is that whatever we are delivering to our Indian customers, some of these we would be taking to the global, from India to globe. And that is one of the key initiative of our government also, that make in India, take it to the global market.
That's amazing to know, how NEC has emerged as one of the lead companies, and at the same time adding value to the customers, not only customers, but also to the country as well. So could you also tell how NEC is adding value across industries, whether it be healthcare or logistics or e-commerce, as you already mentioned?
Yeah, so basically, there are a lot of different solution areas or vertical areas which we are working on. Maybe you took the example of healthcare. So I will take reference. So recently, we have been selected for one of the state government healthcare project. And what we are going to do is that we are going to bring the entire government hospitals, etc., into one common platform, where you would, as an individual citizen or as an individual patient, we would be able to know which hospital, which bed is available, how I can get my appointment online instead of waiting and standing in the queues, right? What are the doctors available? What kind of facilities I have available in the hospital? Whether I have bed available or not. We have seen, in the COVID second phase, you have seen the kind of crisis we had, where people were struggling to identify the beds, and not only government hospital, even the private hospitals, right? So some of the solutions which we are working on, which we will be deploying to the customer in healthcare sector, that will bring a lot of transparency and innovation. I would say, as an individual, we would be able to understand what, when, and which places we can go from a particular consultation. Even, in future, that can also help doctors, to understand, let's say, if for a particular disease, some other doctor, what kind of prescription or prescribed medicines they have prescribed, and they can take the references. And that is obviously, long-term vision for some of the entities, right? But then what we are doing, even in the healthcare sector, the segment which we talked about, we are going to have a lot of different types of analytics coming in that way. We will be building different types of analytical report, identifying how better optimization can be brought into some of these hospital chains. The other segment which you have talked about is e-commerce side of it. We are working with some of the e-commerce organization. We are helping them in terms of enhancing the way consumers are reaching to them and identifying the search, right? We are helping them enhancing and optimizing some of the search so that they can get what they are looking for, right? In terms of the, and that is purely driven through some of the AI-based search technology which we are using, we are working with a similar set of customer in the e-commerce sector itself to identify, some of the buying patterns, some of the market competition pattern. For example, let's say one product which is available on my e-commerce site versus other competitor e-commerce site, how the product is listed, what kind of costing, what kind of pricing mechanism we have, what is the price differences, and how we can offer certain campaigns, etc. Right? Some of the anomaly behaviors for the buyer and seller perspective, right? So all of these, what we are doing is that we are collecting a lot of different types of data and even identifying some of the anomaly behavior on the e-commerce side. And it is going to help these e-commerce organizations, right, to transform themselves. They will be able to help lots and lots of fraudulent activity which is happening in one or other ways. Some of the fraud is pretty visible and obvious to us. Some of the fraud which happens and we could not even recognize, we will be helping these e-commerce organizations with our solutions to prevent that also, right? I missed, what are the third sector you have mentioned other than healthcare and e-commerce?
I mentioned about logistics.
Logistics. Okay. Yes. So logistics, as we are doing a lot of work in Indian logistics sector. As of today, as NEC, we are covering 100% of Indian port and different tolls, right? So any container entering or, which is from the import point of view and export point of view, any container which is coming and going inside and outside of the country, we are managing those container operations, right, starting from its source to the destination part of it. We are providing a visibility and transparency to not only to the government, but in the container service providers, operators, or even at the consumer level at any point of time where their goods are. Right, we are covering 100%. We are with our solutions. We are bringing more and more, optimization in terms of port process. Earlier, you have to wait and get the port clearance. That takes hours. Now, with our solutions, you can do the similar work within minutes. Right, then combining that with the set of data which we have, we are also helping in terms of route optimization. We are helping some of the container operator in terms of identifying where could be the possible congestions and how they can reroute their containers, etc. So that they can ensure it can reach as and when it is actually required. So overall, if I say we have as an organization, we are doing a lot of work into the logistics sector and bringing a lot of transparency to customer. You can go to our ldb.co.in and see as an individual, you can even able to track the way you are tracking your courier. You would be able to track your containers by just providing the container information, where it is, and and at times you can also get the information around ETAs and all. So that is a quick brief around what we are doing on some of these verticals you have highlighted.
Thanks, Deepak, for elaborating on that. The solutions of NEC are really very, very benefiting to all the sectors, whether it be healthcare or logistics or e-commerce. And this is definitely going to contribute for the country's development as a whole, even. So of them, you also mentioned about the e-commerce. So what, according to you, is the solution that, the tech industry needs the foremost, considering the present scenario?
So especially, if you're talking about e-commerce side of it, right? While some of the e-commerce company which we have in the country is, which, and they are operating not only in India, but also at a global level. And they already having a lot of different enablement from the technology side of it. They are using and leveraging a lot of AI-based solutions to ensure that, they provide right fit solution to the customer. Whereas some of the e-commerce company which we have currently in the country is still, far behind. We are trying to work with some of such organizations where the solutions which we are developing, how we can bring them to the level where they can compete with some of the global players. Right, we are helping them, right, starting from the basic requirement of any of the e-commerce system is the search, which I have already talked about, so I will not go again in that part of it, right? Whereas an individual, if you are logging to any of the e-commerce site, you would be able to find the product without much intervention, with minimum keywords, and you should see the appropriate listing of the product which we are looking for. What is important at many of the times what you can do is that you can do a lot of cross-sell and upsell when you are looking for one particular product. For example, if I'm as an individual, if I'm purchasing a, let's say, laptop, right, I may need to buy, let's say, mouse or maybe a backpack, right? Similarly, if I'm purchasing a new mobile phone from a e-commerce site, I may want to also purchase a cover for that, maybe screen protectors for that, or maybe some of recent days you might have seen that many of the mobile brands have stopped providing, let's say, charging plugs and all, right? So how I can combine or provide some of the recommendation or product offering, or maybe bundle the product together, which helps customer in their buying decision, right? So the solution area where we are focusing, especially when it comes to e-commerce, is not only to provide basic necessary solution, but combining AI, how we can bundle more and more product, and how we can make customer journey easier on their portal in terms of buying any product and product, right? So that is one part of it. The another part of another part of the solution offering is in terms of providing certain insight around when something is available, a particular product is available at what cost, and how they are getting some of the similar product available on by other buyers, or by other sellers, etc., right? Then from the fraudulent part of it, how when somebody is placing the order, how we can ensure that the product which he has ordered, he will get that only, not something else, right? And his money is secured. So all of these areas, we are working and developing the solution. Some of them are already ready and available. Some of them are work in progress, which will be available. In addition to some of the use cases of the solution area, which I have just mentioned, we are also working on some of the modules around cross-sell, upsells part of it. We are working on the modules around market intelligence, etc., which gives similar product available on other marketplace, right? So combining all of these different solutions, right? The idea is that how we can help some of the e-commerce player, grow their business and expand their footprint to multiple geographies within countries or outside. Right. Post-COVID, you might have seen that the buying patterns from the e-commerce portal has increased significantly, and that's where we are also positioning ourselves as one of the key solution provider in that space, where with our solutions, some of the e-commerce player can grow, and that will help us grow also with those solution footprint.
Amazing. And how do you see the current and future of AI?
Okay, so basically, if we talk about AI, the deployment of AI is a gradual process, right? And it is going to be one of the integral factor for any organization's growth going forward, right? Be it for organizational internal consumptions, or be it for the customer, I would say, or the organization's customer, I would say. So, the role of AI is going to be for any and every part of any organizations, whether I would be using AI for my organization point of view, where I would be analyzing our employees' behavior, or even some of the solutions or services which we are offering to the end customer. So in future, you will see any customer who is talking about certain solutions requirements, certain solutions areas, AI will be one of the key aspect of it, right? Industry is transforming tremendously, right? And accordingly, the potential of AI is also, having significant value, right? And India especially is not far behind in terms of realizing its full potential, right? We are seeing it is being leveraged in every aspect of the business, right? It has huge opportunities. AI provides huge opportunities in every sector of the business, within India, outside India, right? If you see some of the recent reports, and especially one of them which was published by Accenture, which is called Rewire for Growth Report 2021, AI has the potential to add around $957 billion, and revenues part of it, or 15% of India's current gross value by 2035. That is the contribution which AI can make only for in India perspective I am talking about, right? So basically, when we combine the technology, data, talent, and make certain intelligent system and solution possible, AI can bring a lot of extraordinary growth. And that's where any project in the recent days which we are working, be it in any sector, we are seeing a lot of combined use cases coming in, where let's say a problem statement is for a particular vertical, where organizations are looking for a specific areas of the solution. Still there is a portion of AI coming into it, and maybe in next subsequent few years you will see that it is being used at any and every places. One of the good example is our on homes, right? Now we all have started, we all are so technology savvy. We when we are operating mobiles, we are too much dependent on the solutions which is driven through AI, be it your the way Siri operates for some of the Apple devices, or similarly the if you're using Android phones at homes, people have started using Alexas a lot, which controls not only your which by using that you can not only place orders, you can understand the recent news, but these days we started using the or connecting these devices with our entire home solution product, be it starting from your television, your electricity lights, etc. Everything is being controlled just through your power of your voice, and combined with the technology of AI, right? And this adoption you will see growing more and more, right? Now we are seeing connected cars is getting popular in country. We all are witnessing a lot of new car companies, as well as the existing car companies in India. They are coming with lots many connected features, right? And lot many enablement in terms of AI technologies, where by just talking, you can reduce or increase the temperature of your air condition in the car. You can ask to play a song. You can basically, ask to navigate for a particular location. So it started creating or reducing the different touch points which you have, and started making your life easier. So in a nutshell, AI is going to play one of a very important part, and it is going to be one of the integral entities in our day-to-day operations and job, as and when any areas for that matter we are going to work on. So anything which you are going to see in future has one or other ways of AI integrated with it, which will help your life easier and makes you more and more productive.
Definitely, AI is everywhere, whether it be businesses or education or healthcare, everywhere, and it's really a futuristic technology, and even the analytics that is going to benefit across various industries. So and to take forward such excellent solutions that NEC is actually providing, there must be challenges for sure, right? So what challenges did NEC face until now?
I think obviously, when you have when you are having certain when you are working in industry, right, there would be challenges, right? Particularly, AI solution which we typically build using machine learning or deep learning based technologies. We are witnessing and some. I have also highlighted earlier that we are witnessing a massive volume of data which is coming in, right? And out of these data, there are a lot of data which is confidential, which may have your personal information, your information which can be used to identify who you are as an entity, or maybe other different type of personal or secure information, right? Now, leveraging AI at times, brings a lot of security and privacy vulnerabilities, right? So this is one of the major challenge which we are facing, and therefore it is also one of our topmost priority to create the solutions which is integral, and which we can build upon the trust with our customers, partners, and can be part of our next normal, right? So we are very cautious around this part, especially on the data security, privacy, sensitive data and personal data. And the key challenge which we are seeing is because of the massive amount of the data, how these data can be managed and monetized by ensuring that all these security and privacy concerns can be without having much security and privacy concerns, or maybe in other ways eliminating all the security and privacy related concerns and for any individual or any organization. And that's where we are seeing, and we are focusing on some of the solutions which helps solving the problem in these areas, be it PII or synthetic identity fraud, etc., etc., all of this. But coming back to the question, and when I have to summarize in a nutshell the challenges, I think massive volume of data, managing those data, treating those data appropriately, and ensuring that all the sensitive personal and information is secured the way it is, that is the biggest challenge which we are seeing as an organization.
Yeah, very rightly said. Even most of the companies across are facing the similar challenge with regard to the data security and privacy. So, what does the future of the company hold?
So basically, it depends on which segment of organization which we are talking about, as a consumer or as a technology adopter, right? So obviously, as we discussed, right, if we talk about future of any of the company, any of the organization, and particularly if we talk about NEC, we are seeing a lot of opportunity, right? We are seeing our customers are being benefited leveraging AI solutions. So if you would like to slightly detail down about your question, maybe I would be able to give you the right perspective.
So, how would you like to see, the NEC down the lane after 5 years or 10 years?
So obviously, we would like to position, and we are working in that direction to position NEC as an organization which is kind of data-driven organization. We will be working around the areas or helping our customers to take the decision basis on data, right? So all these information or all the decision which our customers should be taking should be informed decision, and purely and primarily coming from the data which they are collecting for. We would like to place ourselves as one of the key player into the data or the AI segment across geography, and that's where all the efforts and work is going on, right? We would like to build certain solutions which is innovative, which brings and solve some of the societal issues which we have in the country. And obviously, these solutions not only solve the problem which we have in the country, be it for the logistics segment, be it, problems related to traffic, problem related to congestions, etc., but also improvise the life of individual. So you would see NEC in next 5 to 10 years as one of the pioneer with some of the solutions area which we are working on, and contributing a lot towards our customer success and also the success of our country. And that way we will also grow in.
Same here, hoping to see NEC achieving great heights in contributing to the customers as well as for the country. So lastly, what advice would you like to give to the emerging and budding leaders?
Yeah, so I think briefly we touched about this part, but as I mentioned, that data plays a very essential role, right? Enabling any organization to flourish basis on the market today we are seeing, right? So the way we should be looking into the data, and then the way we should be drafting and creating some of the policies of leveraging, utilizing these data, I think we need to be a little open about that, right? And we need to be more responsible about leveraging and using the data, because of all these security privacy concerns. While you might have observed and seen that with the before and after COVID, there are a lot of change or a lot of shift which we are seeing in the market. Earlier there were a lot of organizations which which was not opting for some of the solution area which is available, let's say over the cloud, or let's say over the work from home is another example where organizations were not open for. This COVID has taught us a lot of these things, right? And we are seeing a lot of adoption coming in, we are seeing a lot of openness coming in, but then we all have to be very, very careful about how the data is being utilized and how we can ensure all the security and privacy about it. So privacy is going to be a key concern in the future, and that's where, as a technology leader, we'll have to ensure that how we can protect the data, not our own data, but our customer data, so that we can build more and more trust towards our customer. As a leader, it is also essential to abreast of all of the emerging trend and opportunity that we have, right? And that could have value and potential for technology solution. So, we should embrace these new technologies, potentials, and implement an AI-based plan, I would say, that ensure, some of the defined self challenges we have within the organizations. And, obviously, we can study some of the best practices which is being followed across, and leverage that as part of our own organization. So there are a lot of different areas where being as a leader we can learn, implement within our ecosystem, and also that can help solving different problem statement and creating more and more trust towards our customer. So these are the areas which I would like to advise.
This is very, insightful, and surely this is going to help a lot of the emerging leaders and budding leaders. Thank you so much, Deepak. It was really a pleasure talking to you and learning about NEC Corporation. Waiting to see even more innovative solutions coming up from your end.